rivalry isn't over, Taz. If anything, even more superstars are being drawn into it.
I'm glad to see it. This thing started on Smackdown, and I hope it ends right here on Smackdown.
Just sickening the way these two have basically undermined their own legacies with their despicable behavior these last couple of weeks.
Well, that's your opinion. Remember, these old school guys made their legacies doing stuff like that. Besides, these guys are getting up there in the years, and they're trying to do, extend their careers. You can't blame them for that, right? Well, maybe you can,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a sold-out show here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm Michael Cole here with Taz at ringside.
man, you couldn't fit another fan in here with a crowbar, I'm telling you. There's a whole lot of cheese heads in the house tonight.
It sure is. Green Bay knows that they're about to see the greatest superstars in all of sports entertainment. I can't wait to get started. Regardless of how you personally feel about Matt Hardy, you gotta respect his drive, his energy, and his passion for this business.
Yeah, but that'll only take you so far. See, this is something you don't understand because you've never been in the ring, never done nothing physical. You gotta have the physical skills to match that if you want to make it to the top of the mountain around here.
I hope you're not implying that Hardy doesn't have what it takes to get it done in the ring, Taz.
I'm not saying that at all. What are you putting words?
Did they get the tag? Yes! This isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
You're not going to hear me say this much, Cole, but I definitely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long feud.
I don't know how nice it is, but there are certainly some issues between these superstars, and I think this match might only exasperate it.
Please, Cole, watch your language, will you?
Oh my! The submission hold is locked in!
And this ain't easy to get out of either, Cole.
Wow, listen to that chant, Taz.
I'll tell you what, if you got the crowd on your side or against you, it makes a huge difference, believe me.
What a deadly submission hold this is! We might see a tap out right here!
It wouldn't surprise me one bit. The longer you stay in this, the more risk you have for serious injury.
He was one step ahead on that one.
Man, I'm telling you, from my in-ring experience, trust me, you could cut this tension with a knife.
I don't think you need in-ring experience to feel the... And there's the pin! Oh, boy. He anticipated that move perfectly.
There is no doubt that Batista made a hell of an impact on Raw, Cole. But now that he doesn't have Triple H or Ric Flair watching his back, I think his days are over.
Batista has taken the best that his former Evolution teammates have had to offer, and he's always come out on top. I don't think that's going to change.
I've been locked in this hole before, and it hurts even worse than it looks.
I can't even imagine the amount of pain that this hole must inflict on any superstar who winds up in it.
If there's a more overrated superstar on Smackdown roster than Matt Hardy, can you please rise?
Overrated? Hardy's a multiple-time tag team champion, as a former cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, but to hear him talk, he's like, he acts like he's the second coming. There's the tag, Cole.
What a counter that was!
It's so great seeing these athletes compete here tonight. I had a feeling they were going to wind up against each other sooner or later.
There were times when it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, but I can't tell you how glad I am that it did.
That's for sure. You know, anytime you throw these kind of combustible elements into a match, you're guaranteed to get a hell of a show.
And that's exactly what we're seeing here tonight. The referee saw the tag.
You know, Cole, I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match. He smells blood and water, Cole. He's going straight for the submission.
And this could prove to be a decisive moment in this match. We talk about raw power. You talk about intensity. Have you ever seen a superstar like Batista?
Hey, there's no doubt he's a very impressive dude, no question. But let's not get too carried away here. It's not like he's the biggest and baddest guy ever to step foot in the WWE ring. You know what I mean?
You say that, Taz, but no one else comes to mind. Looks like he's taking his opponent for a ride.
Oh, God. What a huge Batista bomb. That ain't a ride you want to take twice. He's going for the cover, Cole.
Superstar successfully executes their finish. Oh my, there's the submission hold. He's in the driver's seat now.
No doubt, Cole. If your opponent lets you lock that in, it usually means that they ain't got much left.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness, and
he's 3 seconds away from a win! You almost got the 3 right there, Cole. These WWE fans just can't get enough of these superstars.
And I'm glad to see it. A WWE match isn't just about competition, it's also about entertaining the fans.
Okay, well, if that's the case, how come they got you as an announcer? I mean, that ain't exactly great entertainment, in my opinion.
You might be right, Taz. I think it would be extreme. Batista bomb! My God! I think he might have knocked his opponent out cold with that one. And here's a little something for the fans. That's why they love him.
You know what? Who cares what they think? All he's doing here is giving us a chance to recover.
This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
No surprise there, Cole. For keeping their opinions to themselves.
I don't think there's a superstar on the roster with as much drive and determination as Matt Hardy, and these fans certainly react to that.
Yeah, well, they might react even better to a win every now and then, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, excuse me, Taz, but I didn't hear a bell.
He can get the pin right here. I gotta tell you, All three of these guys seem to have a problem figuring out what the bell at the end of the match means.
Look at this! He's running with his tail between his legs! Oh, that's gonna leave a mark.
I hate to say it, Cole, but Bam Bam Bigelow had it coming.
Kaz, I don't know if we've seen the end of this feud or just the latest chapter in it.
Well, I'll tell you, as long as Hot Rod is still running around out there, I'd say it ain't over yet.
I know that you come to end my shame and dig up my empty scars just to cut them again. Have you ever been so sad? I'll lay my hands down to comfort your empty soul. It never forgets. It lies in your skin beneath your backbone. I try to hide it. I don't want to be afraid of letting go.
Hey, I hope you're doing okay after what happened on Raw. Sorry I couldn't get down there any faster, but I'm working with one good wheel these days. Anyway, I really appreciate everything you're doing, and I hope you kick the hell out of Rowdy Roddy Piper and Bam Bam Bigelow this week on Smackdown.
It never forgets.
Well, it looks like things between you and Roddy Piper are really heating up. I mean, I've got to say, when this first started, I was glad to see that you were standing up for Mick Foley, and having seen the response from the WWE fans, I'm glad that we've got a reason for the rivalry to continue. So I've taken the liberty of finding you a partner in making a tag team match between you and them tonight on Smackdown. Good luck.
I don't want to be afraid of letting go.
I've got to say, King, the Rowdy one doesn't look so tough without Bam Bam Bigelow at his side. And after his actions the past few weeks, I'm amazed he had the guts to come out here by himself. Oh, don't worry about Piper, JR. He's plenty tough, all right, believe me. It never hurts to have backup, but if there's one man who doesn't need it, it's Rowdy Roddy Piper. This match tonight should settle the score with Rowdy Roddy Piper, and it just seems a little more special knowing that Mick Foley is sitting front and center here on Raw to see it in person. Yeah, that's right. I saw Mick Foley coming in earlier tonight. hobbling in on crutches, escorted by an usher. How embarrassing. He should have just stayed home. And missed the chance to see this superstar tear the man apart who left him in that condition? I don't think so, King. A big New England welcome from Portland, Maine. This is good old JR, Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
I've never seen a crowd so fired up, JR. They can't wait to get started, and neither can I.
That makes two of us, King. I don't think Portland's gonna know what hit it after tonight.
I think I know who's gonna win this one, JR.
Oh, really? Enlighten us, King.
Wait a second. Why are you so eager to hear my prediction?
Because I want to know who's going to win. And 9 times out of 10, it's not the superstar you pick.
He countered that and made it look easy.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's gonna go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious that the only exercise you get is stretching the truth or jumping to conclusions.
Well, judging from the shape, oh boy, this is not going to be an easy hole to escape from.
It sure isn't, JR. I've been on the wrong end of that one many times. Listen to the crowd. What a counter!
What a phenomenon is the animal Batista. You talk about a force of nature, you're looking at him right there.
Force of nature? More like freak of nature, if you ask me. The fact that Batista even considers himself a main eventer is ridiculous.
He's a world heavyweight champion, King. In my book, as long as you wear that title around your waist, you're the biggest thing in the business at that moment.
Come on, JR. Wow! There's a hole you don't want to find yourself in, JR.
You sure don't, King. We've seen many a superstar tap out to this one.
This has gone beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. If looks could kill, somebody would be pushing up daisies right now.
And you've got to admit, that makes for a much more interesting match, JR.
It sure does. But I just hope these superstars can settle their differences in the ring and leave it at that. I think this crowd's giving these superstars a piece of their minds, King. He's got his opponent locked in a submission hold.
We can see a tap out right here, JR. I'd ask you who you want to win this matchup, JR, but it's been pretty obvious since the start of the show who you're pulling for.
I'm trying to remain as objective as I can, King. Quite frankly, I'd rather see a good competitive matchup than see a particular superstar win or lose this thing.
Oh, come on. He's a 3 count away from a pinfall. That was like 2 7/8, JR.
A reversal. Can he capitalize on it?
You talk about ruthless aggression. Look at the way these superstars have been going after each other.
They're not playing with kid blood, that's for sure.
We knew we were going to see a heck of a match, but this might turn out to be... Oh, go ahead and say it, JR.
All right, I will. I think this one's got all the makings of a bona fide slobber knocker.
I'm so disgusted with Batista, JR. He could have stayed with Triple H and Ric Flair in Evolution and continued to ride the coattails of 2 of the greatest legends in this business. Instead, he threw it all away.
What are you talking about? Batista never rode anyone's coattails. He's his own man. He earned his spot. And Flair and Triple H are 2 of the greats, no doubt about it. But Batista proved he's at their level when he beat Triple H for the World Heavyweight title.
I'm not sure I agree with what the crowd is chanting, JR, but I guess it's their right.
You're damn right it is. It comes from the price of admission. A textbook reversal there.
You know, JR, when I saw this match on paper, I wasn't too sure about it. But it's turned out a lot better than I thought it would.
I'm not at all surprised, King. I knew this was going to be a terrific matchup.
Oh, come on, JR. You're just talking through your hat. And speaking of hats, when are you going to get rid of that silly thing anyway?
Right about the time you stop wearing that crown now, son.
After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR, I think we'd better remind the folks at home not to try this stuff themselves.
That's for damn sure, King. The WWE superstars are playing professional.
And even they don't walk away from every match in the best shape.
They sure don't. We've seen more than one superstar taken out here on a stretcher. The submission is locked in. This could be huge.
Oh my gosh, JR! You can't go long without tapping out to this.
Sounds like this crowd's got some...
Oh no! What's he gonna do here?
The Batista bomb! My God, what an impact!
We could have a pinfall here, JR!
About to take New York with this.
This is it. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, but remember, a rat is never more dangerous than when he's cornered.
Calling Piper a rat is an insult to rodents. Will you look at this?
It's Mick Foley!
My God! Mick Foley just cold-cocked him with that crutch.
I don't believe it! They were working together the whole time!
And Mick Foley was clearly feigning his own injuries. He duped us all. But why are these two united? And what does this mean for the WWE?
yourself in quite a situation. It looks like this is the final showdown, which is too bad, really, because our ratings could be better. But if this has to be the finale, I've decided to make it a grand one. Tonight, you'll be settling this old school grudge the old school way in a steel cage match.
Train rolling down the line makes me laugh.
lonely. Sometimes I wish to ride away. Sometimes.
3 weeks ago, I could hardly believe we were even seeing this man in a Smackdown ring, and tonight, I can't believe who he's teaming up with.
I guess you could call him the master of the unexpected. But seriously, this guy has been around a long time, Cole. And you know as well as I do, he's no stranger to doing exactly what it takes to get what he wants.
This man shocked the world Monday night when he revealed he was working together with his arch rival all along. And if that's not strange enough, he says he did it because he felt he was being disrespected.
I don't know how much more respect he could ask for. I can't think of anyone who was more respected by the fans and the guys in that locker room until he pulled this stuff, of course.
And here comes the man who's got a little payback of his own to dish out. I mean, if they want to talk about being disrespected, they should walk a mile in this legend's shoes.
Yeah, he was a patsy, plain and simple. But come on, what was he expecting? Counting on Roddy Piper to win a match back? That doesn't exactly sound like the brightest career move, if you know what I'm saying.
This man has got some serious grudges to settle in that ring tonight, but I've got to wonder how much he's got left after getting laid out in that vicious assault Monday night on Raw. He was hit by a truck.
Well, he better have something in tank, considering who he's in there with. These legends might be a little older, but I'm telling you right now, they are not to be taken lightly, and he knows that.
Houston, Texas is home to Smackdown action tonight. I'm Michael Cole here with Taz at ringside. And what a show we've got for you tonight.
Absolutely, Cole. And you know what? I've always wanted to say this. Houston, we got a problem. Actually, we don't have a problem because Smackdown's in town.
You got that right, partner. The Space City loves Smackdown, and the superstars are not going to let them down. One of the things that's always impressed me about Bam Bam Bigelow is how agile he is for such a big man.
That's something a lot of his opponents overlook. Bam Bam is very quick, as he is being very quick also for a gigantic man. These WWE fans just can't get enough of these superstars.
And I'm glad to see it. A WWE match isn't just about competition, it's also about entertaining the fans.
Okay, well, if that's the case, how come they got you as an announcer? I mean, that ain't exactly great entertainment, in my opinion. You gotta make sure your opponent's on Dream Street before you start making a break for it. You can't escape if your opponent is able to come after you.
I think we're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight, Taz.
Nice quick counter. You know, Cole, I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match. I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for.
I never look at these fans. They didn't like that one bit.
Yeah, well, you know what? I got some bad news for these fans. He don't give a damn what you think. Here's the reversal, Cole.
You talk about raw power. You talk about intensity. Have you ever seen a superstar like Batista?
Hey, there's no doubt he's a very impressive dude, no question. But let's not get too carried away here. It's not like he's the biggest and baddest guy ever to step foot in the WWE ring, Cole, you know what I mean?
You say that, Taz, but no one else comes to mind. You've got to be pretty big and pretty bad to pin Triple H for the World Heavyweight title. And that's exactly what Batista did. Here we go. He's making his escape.
That was a textbook reversal. Man, you just can't. Come on! You're at the top! Just a little bit further! It's so great seeing these athletes compete here tonight. I had a feeling they were going to wind up against each other sooner or later.
There were times when it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, but I can't tell you how glad I am that it did.
That's for sure. You know, any time these kind of combustible elements into a match, you're guaranteed to get a hell of a show.
And that's exactly what we're seeing here tonight.
This is one heck of a match so far.
It sure is, Taz. What do you think the highlight has been so far?
That'll probably come a little bit later on in the match, when you decide to shut your yap for a few seconds, and I can enjoy it in peace.
Well, excuse me for doing my job, partner. Sorry to have disturbed you.
Man, you talk about superstars and we ain't got an ounce of quit in them, huh? You're looking at them right here.
And that's a
You gotta take advantage of every opportunity to beat down your opponent while you're in a cage.
Bam Bam Bigelow has made a name for himself all over the world in just about every major sports entertainment organization there is.
Yeah, well, let me tell you from experience, because when I spent some time in ECW with Bam Bam, it wasn't hard to see why. He is flat out one of the toughest SOBs I've ever been in that ring with.
You can almost say that Bigelow was hardcore before there was such a thing as hardcore wrestling.
Almost nothing, jerk. What are you talking about? Bam Bam was born hardcore. Check it out. The dude's got a tattoo on his head.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the Lord of Jungle, Cole. And injured superstars like a wounded animal. It's survival of the fittest.
And that all, we've seen this before. He'll do whatever it takes to win and take every advantage he can.
Hey, now that's not gonna make it popular, but you gotta do whatever it takes to win.
And there's the reversal. I think that if one of these superstars successfully executes their finishing move, this one is over.
That ain't necessarily the case, Cole. Just because it's called a finisher doesn't mean it always ends the match.
You sound like you're speaking from experience here, Taz.
Of course not. Whenever I locked in the transmission, that was it. End the story was over.
I think you're developing a
Look at that, Cole. He's making a break for it. It's pretty much impossible to stop someone once they made it this far.
Wow, now that it's over, I feel like I've been in a time machine watching this one. Despite the twists and turns we've seen, I think that this rivalry can finally be considered a settle.
I'll tell you what, that doesn't settle it. There's nothing gonna settle it. There's no way